Hi boys and girls, and welcome back to Mr. Lita's virtual art room. Today, let's try to draw a purple race car together. Let's see what happens. Okay, boys and girls, today you're going to need a large tin can. You're going to need a small stencil. You can use the top to juice lid if you want to. You can find these anywhere around the house. Make sure you ask your mom first. You have a marker that makes a thin line. That's good. A marker that makes a thick line. That's going to work nicely. And you have an ugly pencil with our friend, the ugly eraser. Go ahead and put that on there. And if you don't have one like this, get one like it. Good job. Let's see what happens. You're also going to need something that makes a straight edge. Now, Mr. Lita often uses this drafting ruler. It's got a lot of sections here. It has a straight line on the top and on the bottom. But if you don't have one like this, you can use a straight edge for anything. For example, this is a box with markers and pencils, and I have a lid to it. This lid has a straight line here and here. And since we're not measuring anything today, we're just going to use the top line and the bottom line. And we can use this today to show you can use anything to make that straight edge. Okay, make sure your paper is horizontal, and we're going to have our lid to make some horizontal lines, which means sideways. So I'm going to take the lid and I'm going to move it down to the bottom of the paper. And what I want to do is I want to go all the way past the bottom, and I want to take the lid and I want to move it up about from their first knuckle all the way to the end of your finger. So if you can scoot it over like that and try to make it as straight as possible. Hold it down. This is going to be the ground line. So let's take our pencil and make the ground. Now you see that wasn't quite long enough, boys and girls. That looks like I need to make sure that I'm drawing on the paper. So I complete my line. I'm going to move this over and line it up to the side here and draw the rest of the line to all the way to the edge of the paper. On the other side, I'm going to do the exact same thing. This is where the car is going to be resting on, getting ready to roll. So here's the ground. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll clear it and clean it up with the markers later. So let's take our top again and put it over to the side. Now, we're going to be using a large can here, and the large can is going to go to the back of the car because it's going to be the back tire. Huge back tire for a race car. Put it on the edge of the paper and scoot it in toward the middle, but not too much. Leave about, say a finger width there, I would say. Maybe just a little more. Scoot it in. Make sure it's sitting right on top of the ground. Go ahead and draw the circle, the huge circle for the back tire. There we go. Now, we're going to use a smaller tire in the front, so we'll use our smaller lid. We're going to go here to the end and we're going to scoot it in again, scoot it in, maybe to that first little knuckle there to the edge, and stop. Put it right there on top of the line. Go ahead and draw your second circle there. So now you have a huge tire. Oh, look at that. That looks like it's too low, boys and girls. Too low. I don't like that. I'm going to use my ugly eraser and make sure that I'm right on top of that so that it's even. Don't be afraid of mistakes. When you make a mistake, you learn something. So there we are. Now, I'm going to make another straight line. And so this straight line that I'm going to make is going to be the bottom of the car. So I'm going to imagine that it's sitting on top of the ground, but I don't want to draw it too close to the ground. I'm going to move this line up, and I'm going to imagine it going from behind the tire, connecting to this tire, and then going through it just a little bit. So I'm going to go from here and go from one circle to the other and stop. That line's going to go through a little bit, come over out the other side, and come out toward the edge of the paper and stop. Just like that. There we go. And you see the line disappears behind the tire and goes out because we used our lid to see where the line goes. Now I want you to take your finger and put it on top of that line. Let's put it on the side there and see how much space you have between this knuckle and the edge of your fingernail. And go ahead and draw a line, a vertical line, that stops at that point. This is going to be the front part of the car. And go ahead and make a dot here. And take a look at your tire. Now, this dot is where the edge of your straight edge is going to be. And you're going to make a slanted line. Remember that this is horizontal or straight across. This is vertical or straight up and down. And when you slant it, you go at an angle. So we're going to take our straight edge and we're going to make an angle that connects, near the top, not at the top, but near the top of the back tire. And we're going to go here and connect it to that dot. Now we have the shape of the car and the two tires. Very well done. So there's a huge back tire. And what we can do with this back tire, we can add some detail by using the small lid. We're going to take the small lid and put it here in the middle and try to make like a donut here. Look at this, boys and girls. And now we have the inside of the tire there. Give it a little more detail. And I don't think we have a smaller stencil for this guy, so we're just going to freehand it. We'll go to the middle here. I'm going to put a dot here in the middle and just kind of lightly draw a circle there to add some detail from there to there. And the circle's kind of long, but we'll clean it up just a little bit. And now we have a big tire and a little tire. And there. Now, sometimes with race cars, you have a big spoiler wing. And so the spoiler wing is to help the car go a little faster and lower to the ground. So we're going to make a rectangle here on top of the tire. It's going to be a small rectangle, and it's not going to be all of it. It'll be maybe even half a rectangle. So it comes out just a little bit on top, and this will be the top of the spoiler. So just think about half a rectangle there. And then we're going to make the wing of the spoiler, which is the top part. So you can get your straight edge if you want to, and put it right there on top of your rectangle here. Let's see where that goes. Here. And I'm going to draw a line that comes out to the side, here, and here. Don't make it go all the way across. It shouldn't be a huge wing. But it sits there on top. We can actually cut it off there like that. And we're going to put two vertical lines, one on one side and one on the other. And then we're going to make kind of like 2 points. It's going to look like almost like a Batman ear on either side. And then we're going to connect the Batman ears with a straight line, just like that with our straight edge. Like that. And that becomes the spoiler wing. And now what we're going to do is make a place for our guy to sit. And I'm thinking about putting it's going to be like a dome or a bubble. So I'm going to use my large circle. My stencil, I'm going to move it up over here. Now I'm imagining that it's only going to be about the first quarter or the first little bit of the circle. It shouldn't be half the circle. That would look crazy. You want to put it so that it's sitting on top of that ramp right there, that slanted line. And it doesn't matter just how big it is, make it as big as you want, but if you make it the whole one, it's not going to look good. I'm going to go from one side of the ramp to the other. And now you have a place for your pilot to sit inside the race car. Very cool. Now, let's add a little detail here. Let's get our straight edge and go right through the middle of our race car. we're gonna go behind the tires, obviously, from here to the edge there. Good job. And this will give you the top half and the bottom half of your race car. You can add some detail to this, what I'll call the canopy of the race car. I'm gonna put a couple of curved lines here, and they're gonna be going sideways. So this can be considered a sideways rainbow. You can go this way. Then on the other side here, another sideways rainbow. Now, you can imagine that these are holding this down to the rest of the race car. Very good. Now, we can put a design on here, maybe a lightning strike. And so in order to do a lightning strike is a zigzag line. So you think about a line going down, zig, zag. So I'm gonna go down, zig, zag. Think about a long letter Z. And do another letter Z coming out from the side here. Down, and then this line does that zig. We'll do zig, just a little longer, and zag. Right back to the line. A zigzag line to give it a nice little lightning strike. And that's pretty cool. And as a matter of fact, we're going so fast in this race car, let's do another one just like that, just to give it some more flair here. So let's do down, zig, zag, and this time we're going to do the level line on top. We'll do down, zig, zag, like that. Excellent work. Now, boys and girls, let's add some detail to the tire here. I'm going to do a comic book trick to make it look fast. Let's do a wavy line here in the middle. A nice little wavy line here, and a wavy line in the middle of the other tire. Then we're going to do some straight fast lines here to give it an almost like a metallic effect, I guess you can say. And we're going to put two ovals here to make that look shiny. Good job. It's a very simple race car. You can add whatever you want to it. I'm going to pretend this guy is going really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my straight edge, and I'm going to make some lines, not too many of them, but some, coming out of the back of the race car. And then I'm going to add a couple of curved lines here so it looks like it's in motion. Pretty cool stuff. Let's marker it up and color it and see how it looks. This is our purple race car.